The IBF bantamweight champion who ranks as one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the sport today.
A powerful left hook and crushing right hand.
The technical supervisor was
in white. He weighs 122 pounds and is professional. WBA Junior Featherweight Champion of the World. Shake hands.
Now, as he throws the first, if he loses here tonight,
they're going to match two guys, one of whom Canizales already beat
into that weight.
Disagreement over exactly how much half Vazquez and Keeler
fights, and he said he'll walk around weight of one.
Oh yeah, I don't think he's going to win.
Gonzalez using a lot of movement here in round number one, just trying to wild left hand and miss it.
Well, I think we're going to see that very quick. I watched his fights with Terry Jacob, but a good right hand there, and Canizales shook his head after he got
wins.
Right, and he's in Canizales. This is the bigger. It's not quick in English.
That's right. This may be as volley as even though Canizales will have.
He was not showing a lot of punching power at one round. That does not bode well for Canizales with right hands.
Canizales moving here as we near the end.
Around too long to be worried by what got to start thinking about.
Vazquez fighter.
Canizales been this many times, and I think they both are pretty much into their career. They're going to be here a little while.
Chan Yong Park was the man that lost the title of the knockout as he became the two-time world champion. Good right hand by the champion. Gonzalez may have slugged
in the first round, but he still
to you doesn't really give you a sense that Canizales has squared up and throw a good punch.
If you look at the two fights, it really relies on
economical with the punches he threw out certainly early on in this fight in the second round.
A couple of days.
That's not allowed here.
I can't. Right now, Canizales is fighting a smart fight. He's fighting the fight that Kevin Kelly did not fight.
Closing seconds of a rather right now, anticipating bigger and better things over the boxing writer of the Sports Network.
Really, this place has been a graveyard of champ.
Movement he's had throughout the first two rounds. A lead left by
the crowd. Not looking at Gonzalez. Maybe not, but it would have been more to his liking.
Palm Springs was literally.
Morales fights that way. He makes wars because he closes the ring on you in a hurry. Now, Vazquez is not really pushing Canizales that much so far.
Canizales, I thought, was the 16 title defensive Ray Medell fight of the early
wars. I mean, don't get me wrong, of fighting this way.
Overcame several problems, including a shoulder problem, beating Bones Adams, who fought with a broken jaw. Canizales literally had to fight for his life that night, and Evian Prince.
Like the water.
It was nice.
Oh, yeah. I never drank so much.
My wife and I were drinking that around. They ran out of point.
Vazquez is the first down. He hasn't really cut the ring off him yet, but you get the feeling that he's confident that he will eventually.
Activity from Canizales in the round. What do you think?
Well, I was surprised to hear Jesse. I'm surprised that he.
Vazquez.
Obviously, Jesse Reed's got less respect for Vazquez than you and I do right now. It's all relative.
Wait a minute. Time out.
It depends on what you're doing for a living.
Let's get a second opinion. And by the way, his older brother Gabby not working in the corner, but he is and still do for Canizales. And I think in
smart, because you know what? He's really not built for it. That was a good right hand.
Indeed. Canizales staying up on those toes, bobbled there after he landed early.
One for Vazquez. Vazquez the first round. I thought Canizales outboxing the next two. But he can't win a tactical. He could counter right.
Was indeed. Opening fight. World Championship. Go down. He will be.
Oh yeah. Big not to happen.
Right around the world. Picked up the tempo himself here, Wally.
Right. Now we see it in Canizales.
Ahead, throws a good left jab, but then he's just kind of polarized with the left jab of that. Early on was it said, just watch the guys.
Yeah, I know some fighters look into the eyes, some look at the shoulders, and that tells them when Canizales is going to throw.
Now that is being
dangerous fight for Canizales. I noticed that he's getting hit more, and he's getting hit to the body. And I don't know, the fight wasn't as interesting.
To the left eye, and Canizales.
I think they've been.
Fight was indeed a dandy.
Well, this is not an exciting fight, but it's an interesting fight, and especially if you understand the tactics. I mean, Canizales may be walking a tightrope by working this close to Vazquez.
Trying to double and has scored. Vazquez at 33 still has a little quickness on those feet. Still possesses a pretty good punch as they near the end of round 5. On the Cedric Christmas swimweight, moving up onto his 5 rounds.
I don't think that was a very good round for him in the fifth round. I think he got hit more than either he or Jesse Reed would have liked. Oh, a good right.
Good right indeed. Vazquez just ducked right over Bravo. That's one thing that's great to see. Sort of knock each other around, but
you see a lot of clubbing shots like that right up the cut with Canizales.
9 times out of 10
with one punch. That's what makes Evander Holyfield beat place.
How many?
Gee, I don't know. I would think 2 or 3. As many as he needs, but I don't think he'll need many.
Clock's winding on Foreman, though, right?
But the asset that Foreman has doesn't seem to be going away with age, and that's the...
And Chen's going on in the 6th round, but Vazquez still showing that he's still there.
Vazquez landed a good left and right watching with Vazquez, because if Vazquez begins to believe he can't be hurt, he's just going to come forward and walk right through Canizales.
Big from 118 if you don't have the punch to carry yourself, to earn the respect of your opponent. On the way, sir.
I would think more than one.
As expected, one another. It could be a beginning of a defense here by the champion, but right now
3 and 3. So obviously, I'm going to have to ask which one it was.
And there's the rub with the 3 judges at ringside. You know, when you stop to think of the bantamweight record that was broken in 16 defenses of his bantamweight title, and everywhere along the way there was always some brash young star, not like the new gunfighter in the block that said, "I'll take."
Young fighters think they see a flaw, adaptable and durable. And that was a big.
Canizales started as he can. Pretty well got each other measured. Pretty good.
I think believed he was at.
1 minute to go in round 7. Still flipping that left jab right in the face of Canizales, who scores again with a right behind it.
I could sense a little frustration in Canizales for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe because he's being.
His fights, I'll say some energy. Still the maybe
many of his opponents were in there.
And you see him still throwing the counter, making him for one of the few times. Take a look at some of the action in the 7th. Good right in fall tonight is to Alejandro Gonzalez out of the end of 10 and didn't answer the. By the way, we have not mentioned this as a name that might be used as far as a trivia coming up. I'll elaborate on that in a moment as they exchange in the center round. Pretty good right hand by Canizales. Comes back with the left hand.
And Vazquez sagged a little.
And he was able to catch, by the way, as the man that fell at the end of 12 rounds and went the full 12 for the decision was the 16th title defense by Orlando Canizales, October 15th division.
And you know what? Sergio Reyes won that fight. He got up a heck of a second half of the fight. Now the winner here tonight.
Vazquez, center of the ring. Couple of inches away from each other. Closest they have stood.
But he's being picked apart on the inside this round by Canizales.
Finding out that Canizales was a little slower than normal. That's what we probably want him to do.
Yeah, Canizales has stood still.
In this 8th round, and it's costing him a round, that's for sure. As Canizales has had a pretty good shot.
That Orlando's had in quite a while.
Vazquez, by the way, with just a little nick on the outside of the left eye. Canizales picked on in the corner, but nothing of any consequence whatsoever. Exchanging those good fist left jabs here even in the 8th round. Orlando, for just a moment, may have stumbled, but he did get hit with a right hand.
Well, you know what? He got a little happy with success there. He ran a good 1-2, came in for another shot, and got tagged.
Canizales, Laredo,
loses.
Crowd has been very, very quiet after that first fight. They
heated up a little bit. You're not really ready to watch a chess match.
Fights by knockouts by
opponents down.
Everything was
still
all right.
There.
Now they Vazquez has to try to pull him back if he's going to try to maintain.
Now we're going to see if it move up right here. This next couple make difference.
Probably good fences by Orlando Canizales, and at this stage of the game also there was several times we saw him come back, and he won the last 2 or 3 rounds to successfully defend his title.
Just that sometimes you go to war with an opponent that's a little bit more.
The bantamweight 118 title, February 80.
It's got to be encouraged.
Hasn't thrown the right hand. WBA Junior Featherweight Championship as we have it relatively go to this 10th round. But the champion again trying to successfully defend for the 9th time, and then
Vazquez put it down is round 7, but the point is a good one. Clear. It added very much to his punching power, and yet, you know, on the plus side, he hasn't been hurt.
Alejandro Gonzalez dropped from the 8th, came back and won it as Kelly. As much as I thought it might be.
I thought Canizales big right hands last round.
Vazquez starting to show a little bit. He definitely is going backwards now in this team.
That's right. He'll also be getting tired being an old man.
Yes.
Right. You know, judging by what we've seen earlier with Kelly, although he may not be punching enough for Jesse Reed's life.
Well, Vazquez starting to back up. It actually Stowe's 8th round, probably one of the best. They fought very close and had some good inner fighting. And Canizales is starting.
Vazquez seemed tired.
letting Canizales come in, but not able to counter him at the
Canizales, although I don't think the speed did that him being an old man, but 30.
Canizales, in addition to that great record that he bantamweight title, which now is a thing of the past.
I've got a fighter who's a bit older, and you might want to test him to the body a little bit.
Vazquez almost on fight for the champion Vazquez, but
Dan went home. I don't know what that's.
looping left hand by, again, the champion. This Rondo in front of him and going straight ahead.
Yeah, the way I score a fight, I think you got to give it. I don't think anybody's won 2 in a row on my card, except for the last 2. It's tough. It really is.
Is trying to get his, giving up the one that he so sexually did.
Let's just hope it's in the draw. Oh. Tell you what, Canizales, guaranteed.
Well, that round could have gone the other way.
Yeah, but, you know, the way I think is that once the bell rings, there's no champion, no challengers. You take the title. That's it.
You know, I think what is shown in this fight more than anything in the world certainly is it can't be that's what the dividends are right now.
Throughout the fight, there's some pretty deep spurts there. And, you know, maybe, please, what does it mean for us?
Anymore of these questions.
Take the fifth.
That's right.
In the meantime, this is another close round.
It's almost like is a judge, does he like counterpunching, but not enough. Does he like an aggressive fight to score? Closing seconds of round 12. Could it be a new world title for Orlando Canizales? A tough defense of the title by Wilfredo Vazquez. See it come to a close abruptly, but it's not going to happen as there's the bell, and we've got to go to the cards.
Now, split decision and still world champion.